When I was a surgeon, I developed severe asthma, and
Oh,
I had to take 3 asthma medications, and one of the side effects is a tremor. You can't be a good surgeon if you have a
oh
tremor.
my.
So I went to some of the top pulmonary doctors, and I wanted my old lungs back, and they all told me, "There's no cure for adult onset asthma. Learn to live with it. Take your
Ah,
medication."
oh geez.
So I began to explore alternative treatments, and I found homeopathy.
Oh,
And homeopathy doesn't treat the disease, it treats the person with the disease. So the first remedy I got didn't do a thing. And I thought, if it's going to help me, I thought the placebo effect. The second remedy maybe did a little bit, but the third remedy was like magical. Not only did it cure my asthma, I had a mental and emotional change.
welcome back to the Green Living Now podcast, where we're practicing what I call the elegant rebellion, a rising movement of women who are not letting corporations, processed food systems, and toxic household products decide what happens in our homes and bodies. Here, we reclaim our power through time honored traditions, clean, sustainable food, non toxic living, and modern holistic tools, not just to react to illness, but to prevent it, reverse it, and live vibrantly on purpose. Because this is how change spreads. I'm Amy Hartshorn, organic farmer, upcoming TEDx speaker, and green living mentor. For more than 30 years, I have helped women break free from toxic defaults and create lives that feel healthy, radiant, and fully alive. If you're ready to live this out in community, join the Elegant Rebellion Circle. It's our new gathering place for women who want to detox their lives with grace and confidence. You'll find all the details at greenlivingnow.com/join-circle. Today, we're exploring what your eyes can tell you about your overall health. Today's guest is Dr. Edward Kondrot, a board-certified ophthalmologist, surgeon, and holistic physician who bridges traditional medicine with natural healing. He has spent decades helping people protect and sometimes restore their vision using nutrition, homeopathy, and microcurrent therapy. We talk about everything from the hidden role of vitamin C and seed oils in eye disease to how stress, gut health, and even emotional balance affect how well we see. It's a fascinating look at what happens when a surgeon starts treating the whole person, not just the symptoms. Dr. Kondrot, welcome. I am really excited to have this conversation. I have not yet spoken to somebody who works with eyes and particularly the holistic health approach, as well as the Western medicine approach. So please tell me, what exactly is it that you do?
Well, I think I'm kind of unique because I'm a board certified ophthalmologist. So I know that traditional aspect, drugs, petrochemical, surgery, but I wear another hat, and that's an alternative doctor, in particular homeopathy.
Um,
And I have a big interest in health and nutrition. I feel that food is our best medicine. I think it was Edison that had the quote that the doctor of the future would not prescribe any drugs, but instead recommend diet and nutrition.
mhm.
I'm coming kind of from that school. I think that anytime I see a patient, one of the first things that I kind of investigate is, what is their diet? What are they eating? What do they look like?
Yeah.
If they're 50 to 100 pounds overweight, they have diabetes and they're suffering from an eye problem, you got to go back to the basics. You got to take care of your body. And the best way to take care of your body is putting the right food in, right?
I
I
couldn't
don't
agree with you
tell
more. And
you
I
that.
love hearing that from a doctor because, a lot of us who are into holistic health and preventative living through eating really good quality whole foods, ideally organic, we hear that doctors typically maybe get 4 hours of nutritional training in their medical school,
If that,
if
if
that.
that. But I was unique. When I was a junior in medical school, a flyer came around. Are you interested in a nutritional fellowship for
Oh,
3 months?
wow.
And I applied, and I think I was the only doctor that applied. So I was accepted. I did a 3 month nutritional fellowship in medical school. So
Wow.
I had an interest way back then. And in fact, I can remember during my internship getting permission to recommend vitamins and nutrients to patients.
Oh my gosh. So you said you were interested way back then. So if you would just kind of bring me back to when this topic of nutrition and cleaner living and holistic health with especially homeopathy. How did that become a passion or your career path?
Well, I grew up a family of farmers.
Oh, okay.
My mother was a farmer's daughter, and we always had a garden. She always grew things organically. She started everything from seeds.
Oh, wow.
And it was my job as a young boy to take care of the weeds. So I didn't like that aspect of gardening.
I can understand. Being that I live on
But
an
she would,
organic farm in Vermont, I'm very familiar with weeds.
yeah, she would do a lot of canning and, fruits and vegetables, and everything was healthy and nutritious. And I grew up at a time that nothing we ate had a label on it.
Mm.
And unfortunately, now most of the sick patients that I see are eating everything with a label on it. So I always tell my patients, one of the best things you can do is if it has a label on it, don't eat it.
If you would expand on that a little bit, in case there are people listening that don't know what that means.
A label?
Yeah. So why would you say not to eat food with a label? What does that,
Well,
what
you're
does that tell you?
guaranteed that if you start reading some of the chemicals, I graduated with a degree in chemistry, and I'm looking at some of these chemical compounds, and I don't know what in the heck they are.
Right.
But they're preservatives, pesticides, stabilizers, and they're not good for you.
Right.
I think the best thing you can do is begin to look at a healthy, organic, natural diet. And I
Absolutely.
practice what I preach.
That's very important.
In my backyard, we have about 20 free-range chickens, eggs, tomatoes, peppers. We have a lot of fruit trees. So,
Wow. Where do you live?
Sacramento.
Oh, nice. So
Out
you
in
have
the
a much longer growing season than we do in Vermont.
very long, yeah, very
That's
long.
wonderful.
I don't know how you do it in Vermont.
It's not easy. I will
Yeah.
tell you that. It's a very short growing season, and we're challenged we've already had 6 frosts, and here we are, October 13.
Well, it's just the opposite. We have a problem with heat in the summer.
Oh,
It's
I
like
bet you do.
110, so you got to protect the fruits and vegetables
Ooh.
from the intense sunlight. And then we have
Yeah.
lack of rain.
Yes, I definitely
Summer
know that
here
about
in the
California.
valley, no rain in the summer. Back east, it's beautiful because God takes care of you. You get a nice rain, a couple
Although
times.
this summer, it was kind of challenging. We had an early spring and early summer with cold and rainy, and then we had a drought.
Mm.
So we kind of had both worlds, but we
Well,
were
you
able
know
to
what?
manage.
Farming is tough. If I wasn't an ophthalmologist, I think I'd probably be a farmer. I
Oh,
like
is that
digging up my
right?
knees, playing in the soil. I
Mm,
start all of my plants from seeds. I just like that idea of
I do too.
that's the fun part of it.
It's funny because my husband is the main farmer on our farm, and I do a lot to help down there, but I have my own gardens up here by the house just because I love that experience of taking a seed and planting it and nurturing it and watching it turn into these amazing medicinal herbs or vegetables or some fruits and then flowers. I love that
And you
experience.
know what? Everybody can be a farmer.
Absolutely.
And it's funny. I had a patient. I call her the lazy gardener, an elderly lady. What she did is she has a little wheelbarrow, and she bought 50 pounds of organic topsoil, put it in the wheelbarrow, cut all around the plastic, and then start growing her seeds. Would take it outside in the summer, and she had, various herbs and some tomatoes and things like that. And the end of the season, she threw the bag away, and I
Wow.
call
So
her
she
like
grew everything in
lazy
that
garden.
bag in the wheelbarrow?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was like her little garden.
How cute.
I
That's
talked about it.
fascinating.
And my favorite herb is cilantro. I tell
Oh,
all
is
my
that right? Which is something
gotta
that some
grow
people either
cilantro.
love or hate, I've noticed.
Well, it's probably one of the best herbs for detoxification, and it crosses the
Ah.
blood-brain barrier, so it can remove heavy metals.
Oh, ooh, that's
You
very
know,
important. I didn't
I'm
realize.
very fortunate. My wife is Vietnamese, and they love cilantro. You ever have a Vietnamese
Oh,
sandwich?
don't know
Loaded
that I have.
loaded with cilantro, and they put cilantro in their soup.
Ah, yes. I've had cilantro in soup. I've had it in various different dishes, but that's interesting. I didn't realize.
And it's
So is it unique in the sense that it crosses the blood-brain barrier versus other
it's
herbs?
very unique, so,
I wonder how it does that.
detoxify the brain. I think just the chemical structure,
Oh, wow.
maybe a combination of being fat and water soluble.
Interesting. Wow.
So,
So that's wild. So help me understand what made you go into eyes? Like what was the draw for you to work with eyes?
well, I was really hard for me to decide what specialty to go into. And then I found out I was a very good surgeon and I liked
Oh,
operating. And I thought that ophthalmology would give me the best of traditional medicine and the best of surgery. And I just fell in love with ophthalmology. The whole idea of vision, what is vision?
yeah.
How we perceive the world. So I'm more into maybe the psychological aspects of vision.
Oh, interesting.
Most people feel that the eyes are a receptor. You
Right.
go outside, you see the trees, but actually the eyes are a projector too. They're
Mm.
projecting your inner.
So, what is that phrase? Eyes
Glass
are the
is
window
the
to the soul. I'm curious because we have a staff person, a young man who is colorblind. How does one explain that? What happens when somebody is colorblind?
Well, it's difficult to explain that to a colorblind person because they grew up
Right.
life not differentiating subtle shades of, red and green.
Yes.
They're usually able to function well.
Yes, he is. It's just picking tomatoes was challenging.
I don't know whether it's green or red or right, but
Exactly.
your sense of smell comes in and also your touch.
Ah.
That can be a way of determining.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hey,
So I
and there's nothing wrong with a green tomato.
That's true. That's absolutely true. We have some on our display shelves
Yeah.
because people actually ask for them to make green tomato relish and whatnot.
Yeah. Nothing like a good fried green tomato.
Yes. We did that once for a food festival and it was incredibly popular, fried green tomatoes. Who knew? We don't even live in the South. So, what are some of the main things that you're working on with people? And you're doing surgeries predominantly, or are you
Well,
doing a
mainly,
variety of different things?
I do very little surgery in the US. Most of my work
Oh,
is overseas, third world countries.
okay.
I passion for the mission. I like to go to underserved areas.
Mm,
In the US, you have a lot of really good, competent eye doctors. But
okay.
I go to a village in Africa, I may be the only eye doctor they see in their whole lifetime.
Wow.
My wife and I are very active with mission work, and
Wonderful.
I love the mission work. But unfortunately, when you do the mission work, you can't talk to people about diet and nutrition.
Oh, right.
These folks are lucky to get one meal a day.
Oh my gosh.
So, that's when surgery can be really indicated. And I
Yeah.
think the biggest problems I see, especially in Africa, you see young people that are blind. And the reason why they're blind is because of poor nutrition,
I was
lack
going to
of
say
essential
nutritional deficiencies. Yeah, I
nutritional.
remember my mom used to be involved with this city yoga ashram, and they had a sort of a service program where they would do something with vitamin A and eyesight in places around the world. Is it mostly a vitamin A issue, or is it just kind of nutrition across the board? They're just not getting what they need.
I think it's mainly vitamin C.
Oh, vitamin C.
Vitamin
Oh,
C is
wow. Okay.
because studies have shown that vitamin C deficiency is a key cause of cataract development. There's
Really?
a really good book by Bruce Levy. He's an
Okay.
attorney and a medical doctor, and he talks about focal scurvy. You ever hear of focal
Vocal
scurvy?
scurvy. No, but I'm going to write
Oh,
that down.
FOCAL scurvy. Now, you don't see scurvy in the US.
Right.
My goodness, they're putting vitamin C in Fruit Loop cereal.
Yeah, exactly.
So nobody has a deficiency, but there's a need for vitamin C, especially under stress.
Right.
Uh,
Oh,
we used to have goats on our farm, and a goat under stress can produce 100 grams of vitamin C a day. 100 grams a day.
wow.
Humans and guinea pigs are the only two mammals that can't produce any vitamin C.
So we don't produce any, but all the
And
others do?
Amy, when you're under stress, you can't produce any vitamin C, not even 1 millionth of a milligram.
And how much do you think the average person needs per day?
Well, that depends on your stress level.
Oh, okay. So let's
And
say moderately stressed.
well, I would say maybe 500 to a gram of vitamin
Okay.
C a day. I mean, ideally, you should get it in your fruits and vegetables.
Right.
But I usually recommend, I can assume that somebody with a cataract has focal scurvy. Dr. Levy feels that
Mm,
cataracts are a form of focal scurvy. Same
interesting.
thing with macular degeneration, same thing with coronary artery disease, etc. So vitamin
Hmm.
C is important. But then the key thing is where you're going to get good vitamin C.
Mm,
A lot of it's synthetic from China, has heavy
yeah.
metals. So
Yeah. So what do you recommend?
I recommend there's a product called Emergency.
Oh, yes. I just
The
bought a big box of it yesterday
non
at Costco.
yeah, non-GMO,
Right.
and it's easily absorbed. It's like
Yeah.
powder, and you put it in your smoothie, and
Right.
uh,
Well, good. I'm so glad you think that's a good one.
a good
Um,
one.
I'm curious about something. My sister, who's a little bit younger than me, who has contacts, I've never had to wear glasses until the last few years. When I'm looking at a label, I need to wear something to magnify the label. But my sister, and I took this as a challenge. She said, "Oh, well, everybody has to wear glasses after a certain age." What's your thought about that?
That's not true.
I thought so.
Now, I'm wearing glasses so I look more mature and more intelligent. But I
Oh,
really,
seriously? You don't actually need them?
I need them to see things a little sharper.
Okay.
But I
Well, I
function.
was told that.
I function without my glasses. I drive without them.
Oh,
I do
interesting.
most of my reading, but it helps me to, relax my eyes and make them a little bit more comfortable.
So it's interesting. I was told that I have one eye that's nearsighted and one that's farsighted. Is that unusual or
It's
common?
actually a big benefit because you never need glasses because one
Exactly.
eye
Well, that's what
will
I'm
do the
hoping.
function.
I'm
But the only
62.
there can be an imbalance in your eyes. Remember, the
Oh,
eyes, I think you need to have a certain balance between the left and right eye. And if you
okay.
do
Yeah, and
have
I can see.
mono
I
vision
can.
like you, it could cause a problem with energetically.
Oh, interesting. So what would you do to balance that?
Well, you'd have to wear a prescription.
Oh, I see. And once you wear a prescription, when you wear prescription glasses, it's not like it heals it. It just, you have to keep wearing them as you go forward.
Yeah, it just helps with the whole refraction of the eye. It helps sharpen your vision. But I
Okay.
do believe that, with certain exercises and things like that, we can improve our vision.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you heard of Dr. Bates.
Not
Dr.
ringing a bell.
Turn of the century ophthalmologist, and he talked about the Bates method, palming.
Oh, yes. Yes. Would you
palming.
share that with the audience? I'd be very curious.
Well, Dr. Bates felt that stress was the cause of all eye problems. And if you could relax your eyes,
Oh,
you will reduce the stress and improve your vision. It makes sense to me because, when you're nearsighted, your eyeballs kind of stretched. And when
yeah.
your eye muscles are tense, if you squeeze a ball,
Yes.
you get longer in one way.
Right.
And when you're nearsighted, the eyeball's a little bit longer. So sometimes relaxing your eyes. The other fascinating thing is when you do palming,
Yep.
our body is an electromagnetic system.
Right.
So we're putting healing electrical energy into our eyes.
Oh, okay. So just our own healing energy,
It
and
goes
that
into the,
relaxes the. How long do you hold your hands over your eyes like that
I
to
would
get the
say
benefits?
maybe, well, it's not your hands, it's the palm.
Oh, it's the palm. Okay.
It's called palming. So the center part of your palm goes
Oh,
into your eye.
okay. And why the palm
If they do
dense part?
Kirlian photography, they determine that the energy,
Oh, yes.
like Spider-Man, is coming from here.
Right. Exactly. Right from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what you want to do. But I have a chapter in my book, and my book's a free download.
Oh, yes.
The best way I can help people, because the first chapter is all about diet, nutrition, what to
Awesome.
eat, what to avoid.
Wonderful.
And you go to kondrotbook.us, all one
And that's
word,
Kondrot is spelled Kondrot
book.us.
.us. Okay. And it'll be in the show notes so people don't have to remember it, but that's good if anyone's listening.
A free download. And the most important chapter, which I decided when writing the book, has to be all about diet and nutrition.
Exactly.
The whole chapter deals with what foods to eat, what foods to avoid.
Wonderful.
And one thing I have to really share is that
Yes.
one of the biggest problems is macular degeneration.
I was going to ask you, what are the most common things you're seeing these days?
So I was doing research. I'm writing a book on homeopathy and eye disease. I went into the old ophthalmic literature. And they didn't even talk about macular degeneration before 1920. It didn't exist.
Really?
I
And it's
have
not that they just didn't have terminology for it.
no, the instrument that we used to look inside the eye, the ophthalmoscope, was invented in 1845.
Oh, wow.
And doctors were able to look inside the eye. Now, they didn't have photography and the ways we take pictures now,
Right.
but did exquisite drawings and unbelievable detail that, sketches of the back of the eye. And it wasn't mentioned. And I have the Duke Alder Ophthalmology series. It's a 13-volume series of books. And there's 2 books that just deal with the retina, not even mentioned. I was shocked. I says, what's going on?
Huh.
Here's a researcher, Dr. Chris Kenobi, who felt that this is all due to the introduction of seed oils into our diet.
Oh, wow.
1914, Crisco and margarine were introduced to the diet, and they were heavily marketed
Right.
as a cure for heart disease, improve your health,
Mm,
avoid butter, avoid lard.
right. All the good stuff
Probably
that
they're
people have been
the
using forever,
safest things that we can use to cook with is butter and
especially
lard.
grass-fed butter, right?
Exactly. So he feels that the contributing factor is introduction of seed oil. That's one of the
Fascinating.
first things. Now, it's tricky because, okay, avoid seed oils, avoid the omega-6s. And one of the most common ones is canola oil.
Right.
And canola oil is everywhere. You know, you go
Yes.
to a health food store, you buy salad dressing, and
Yep.
you look,
It's
it
in
has
there.
canola oil,
Yeah.
canola,
Yeah.
all the fried foods, canola oil.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a health tip.
Okay.
There's only one restaurant, the fried chicken restaurant, that doesn't use canola oil.
Do
Popeyes.
so. Really? And what do they use?
Lard,
Oh, really?
good old-fashioned
I don't
lard.
think I've ever tried Popeyes. I've not really eaten too
I
many
have
fast
no,
foods in
I have
my
no,
life.
I have no financial interest in
Right,
Popeyes.
exactly. No benefit from this statement. Wow. Okay. So what's macular degeneration exactly? What are the signs of that?
Well, it usually develops after the age of 60,
Okay.
begins by distortion in the central vision. The macula is a highly reactive part of the eye. It has a lot of nutritional demands, circulatory demands,
Hmm.
oxygen demands. So one of the earliest changes is changes in your central vision. So
Okay.
you may see a little clouding, a little distorted in the central vision. Maybe instead of a straight line, it could be a little crooked.
Oh,
If you start to see those changes, then you should immediately, make an appointment with your eye doctor,
right.
and also immediately begin to carefully review your dietary situation, what
Okay.
you put in your body. Now, it's really fascinating as an ophthalmologist. When I look inside somebody's eye, I can tell their nutritional state.
Oh,
I can,
what are you looking for?
well, there's something called the macula lutea.
Okay.
Macula lutea is like a little yellow spot that glows in the eye. So I
Hmm.
look at the macula. If I see that macula lutea, I know that this person has a good, healthy diet. They're eating a lot of colorful food.
Oh,
I
wow.
would tell my patients, colorful food will give you colorful vision.
Huh.
Fortunately, when you get older, what do people eat? They eat oatmeal for breakfast, oatmeal and a
My
banana,
grandparents used to
you
eat that
know,
every day.
chicken, chicken for lunch. No color in their diet. You need
No. Got to
vibrant,
eat the
more
rainbow.
exactly, the rainbow. So when you don't put the color in your diet, I look in the eye and there's no reflex. It's flat. It's
Ooh,
dull. And I think that's the earliest sign of macular degeneration.
okay. And so what are some of the other common things that you're seeing?
Well, cataracts, and that's part of getting older too.
Yeah. So what is happening that causes it? Because I could see that even on my 18-and-a-half-year-old dog.
I think it has to do with nutrition,
Oh,
lack of vitamin C, as we mentioned earlier.
okay.
And studies have shown that when you do develop a cataract, the lens of the eye is
Mhm.
bathed in fluid, the aqueous fluid. And
Right.
they find that the ascorbic acid levels and glutathione levels are decreased.
Hmm.
So it makes sense. You want to make sure you have those ingredients.
Yeah.
And then I'm a really big believer in reducing stress. I think stress is
Oh, agreed.
because here's the thing, Amy, you can have a really good diet, but if you're under stress, that food is not going to be digested and processed.
Exactly.
And sometimes, the body just will not heal in a stress state. When you're in that
Yeah.
sympathetic state, your
Right.
digestive process is shut down.
And so what are some of the most common things that you're sharing with your patients about how to reduce stress?
Well, I think deep breathing, when you were young and you were upset, your mother would say, take a deep breath.
Hmm.
Nothing like a deep breath to help relax your body. And then, meditation,
Yep.
positive affirmations, the power of prayer.
Yep.
The Bates method, it can be kind of like a meditation. You close your eyes.
And do
Why?
you mention the Bates method in your book?
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
chapter
oh,
on the Bates.
awesome. Okay. I'm curious too, being that I'm 62, what are the most common things for menopausal women?
Well, it's really important with your nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
And so many of the foods that we're eating have different hormonal elements in it, which I think are affecting
Hmm.
a woman's system.
Okay. What are some of the ones that you're seeing with the most reactive?
Well, you know, the hormones that are injected in all the cattle and chickens
Right.
and in the feed.
Right.
So
So all
that's
those growth
what they
hormones that are in conventional meat.
right. They want to fatten the cows
Yeah.
and the chickens and, give the meat more fat and more flavor, but
Yeah.
it's really harmful. The other big thing is proper hydration. People
Mm.
underestimate the power of being properly hydrated. A
Yeah.
great book Dr. Batman Geldy wrote called The Body's Many Cries for Water. And he
Oh.
felt that most chronic disease is due to dehydration. Simply, we just have to drink more water.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you're drinking the proper form of water. You certainly
Uh,
want to be drinking water from the tap,
oh God, or plastic bottles.
sodas, and
Yeah. No, I don't drink that
when you're
stuff.
drinking water, it should be essentially either spring water or distilled water, something that's pure. You don't want to be putting
Yeah.
those toxins into your body.
Exactly. Yeah. We're lucky we have really good well water.
Well water has a certain energy in it because the water is running under in the
That's
rocks and
right.
it's picking up magnetic energy of the earth.
Yes.
It's not processed water. When you're
Exactly. That's
water from the
dead.
tap is processed water. It's dead. It has
Yeah.
no electrical charge, no
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Putting
I,
energy into your body.
I'm a big fan of earthing, going out barefoot as much as possible to just absorb the earth's energy because I feel like that's so healing for us. Is that anything that you have focused
No,
on at
in
all?
fact, I was good friends with Dr. Sinatra in Florida.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I remember attending a meeting when I first found out about his book, Earthing. And
Oh, interesting.
he said this was his greatest discovery in medicine, the
Oh,
power of
wow.
earthing. And at
Yeah.
that meeting, there was like a couple thousand doctors there, and he gave everybody a free copy of his book.
How cool.
And so the book Earthing has a lot of examples of people with chronic diseases, including eye diseases, that are simply cured by earthing, getting the magnetic energy of the earth into their body.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
a big advocate of using microcurrent. This is a
Oh,
low level electrical current used to treat eye problems.
oh, really?
In fact, this past weekend, I was the keynote speaker at a microcurrent conference, and I talked about the history of microcurrent in eye disease. And you're not going to believe this, but the first published book was in 1803, a German,
Oh my gosh.
using low level electrical current to treat eye disease.
And how would you
And
use it? Is it something that anybody can purchase a microcurrent unit?
well, it's a little bit more complicated than that because we use different frequencies and current,
Oh,
and it has to do with the level of current too. I mean, too high
okay.
of current can actually cause harm to the eye.
I would think so.
And these are customized frequencies. I have a chapter in my book all about microcurrent in the use of eye disease.
Oh, okay.
You, you want to have an alkaline state,
Oh, okay.
right? Alkaline state is healthy. And of course, when you're eating organic foods and fruits and vegetables,
Yes.
they're alkaline.
Right.
Processed food is acidic.
Correct.
So if you think about it, microcurrent is putting electrons into your body. Electrons make you more alkaline.
Oh, okay.
So when you're relaxed, deep breathing, stress-free, you're more alkaline.
Uh,
So
Right.
putting those electrons into your body to make you more alkaline. But I
Right.
think probably a better way is to eat the proper food.
Right. Exactly.
Food should be a source of energy.
Right.
You have those electrons, the sun, the photosynthesis, the food should be alive,
Yes.
not
Agreed.
just
It's
processed.
interesting. That is something that I do these unique food and farm tours on our farm. And that's one of the things that I think is a huge highlight for people to actually eat food right off the plant. So they'll pick a cherry tomato and eat it. They'll eat a piece of chard or kale. and their eyes just kind of light up and they think, oh my gosh, that tastes so good. And these may be some people buying organic from the store, or maybe they have a garden, but they're just kind of blown away by that life force energy that you get from when you first pick something and eat it. And I especially love to see kids do that. I've had kids come on this tour and their parents told me that they don't like vegetables. I'm thinking, well, this is going to be interesting, especially when I serve a vegetarian lunch. Not that we eat
Mm.
vegetarian all the time, was just for these tours in particular. But I'm finding that the children are actually eating the vegetables right off the plant too and enjoying them, and then they eat the lunch. So
Yeah,
that's
nothing like
exciting.
eating a fresh tomato from the vine
Oh my
instead of
gosh.
getting them
I
in
don't
the
even eat
grocery.
them any other time of year. Yeah.
Yeah, in the grocery store, they're picked green and they're like slowly ripened on the truck,
Right,
and they're
with
like
gases
flavorless.
probably to get them. Yeah.
Flavorless, yeah.
Tell me something about the homeopathy piece that you're working with as far as eyes.
Well, homeopathy is an amazing form of medicine. I think it's one of the
Agreed.
true healing systems that treat the underlying problem. I mean,
Mhm.
name one disease where you go to the doctor, they're going to cure it. So if you have high blood pressure, most doctors don't cure it, they want to maintain it.
Right,
Take
or
this,
treat the symptoms.
treat the symptoms, they maintain it. You take the medication all your life.
Right.
And when I was a surgeon, I developed severe asthma and
Oh.
I had to take 3 asthma medications. And one of the side effects is a tremor. You can't be a good surgeon if you have a
Oh
tremor.
my.
So I went to some of the top pulmonary doctors and I wanted my old lungs back. And they all told me there's no cure for adult onset asthma. Learn to live with it, take your
Ah.
medication.
Oh, geez.
So I began to explore alternative treatments and I found homeopathy.
Oh.
And homeopathy doesn't treat the disease, it treats the person with the disease.
Mm.
So, for example, if I was treating 100 people with cataracts, each one might need a different homeopathic remedy.
I think that's the really unique part about homeopathy is that you're treating that unique person and the way things are showing up for them, as opposed to just
Exactly.
treating the symptom or
And
the
then the right
condition.
homeopathic remedy not only will treat the physical problem, but also the mental and emotional that be
Ah.
associated with it. So the first remedy I got didn't do a thing. And I thought, if it's going to help me, I thought the placebo effect. The second remedy maybe did a little bit, but the third remedy was like magical. Not only did it cure my asthma, I had a mental and emotional change because
Really?
I think any disease is not isolated in itself. There's always a
Correct.
mental, emotional component. So I love homeopathy. All of my patients receive a homeopathic remedy. And I love it when I get feedback from my patients. I don't know what you gave me, Dr. Kondrot, but I've never felt so good about myself.
Wow.
Imagine that, feeling good
That's
about yourself.
amazing.
And most people don't feel good about themselves. They
Yeah.
have anger, anxiety, worries.
Self-doubt, negative
Yeah.
self-talk. Yeah, I see that a
And all of
lot.
a sudden you feel good about yourself, who you
Wow.
are and what's going on. So it's wonderful because when we treat that underlying imbalance,
Right.
the vision problem will get better.
Right. Right, because it's the whole body needs to be balanced so that everything works effectively, and as you know, but maybe not everybody listening knows, our bodies are designed to heal themselves. If we give
Exactly.
ourselves the right nutrients and, care for our body as though, it's our temple, which essentially it is.
Yeah, you don't need to run to the doctor and get an antibiotic. We have to talk about is the gut, the relationship between the gut and the eye.
Oh, okay, let's talk about that.
And the gut is being destroyed in our society,
Mhm.
mainly because this obsession with cleanliness. I see
Mm.
young kids that it, that have hand sanitizers in their backpack.
Oh my
Everywhere you
gosh.
go, there's a hand sanitizer.
Especially since
Dirty.
COVID, right?
We were meant to get dirty. We were meant to be exposed to bacteria.
Right, to
You know,
develop an immune system.
yeah, you eat a dirty apple off a tree, you drink out of a garden hose,
Right.
and it's a shame. And the other thing is cesarean sections are destroying children.
Oh, yes.
You need a vaginal birth. A vaginal birth, you're inoculated with a
That's
lot
right.
of healthy bacteria, immunological factors, which keep the infant very
And
healthy.
then nursing after that.
And then breast milk.
Yeah.
But children that are born by cesarean section, that are not breastfed, I
Yeah,
think they really have a tough time with
I think you're right.
chances. Then all the antibiotics that we're taking that destroy the gut.
Yes. They're in
You
the
know,
soaps too.
we're meant to shake hands. We're meant to be exposed to other people, to
Right.
different strains of bacteria to strengthen our gut. And there's
Right.
been a lot of really good studies that associate certain bacteria or lack of healthy gut flora with eye diseases.
Oh, really?
Well, I have a big interest in that
Oh,
a lot of times somebody with an eye problem, the first question, well, not the first question, but I do inquire about the health of their gut. You have a tendency
mhm.
towards constipation, diarrhea, you sensitive to any food.
Yep.
I like to recommend that they begin taking probiotics.
Mhm.
Or our ancestors knew how to keep a healthy gut.
Mm.
Fermented foods, kimchi, sauerkraut,
Right. Right.
and in fact, I just read an article that the secret to longevity, there was a lady that lived 110 years old, and it was yogurt, eating
Oh, is
yogurt.
that right? And
Yeah,
not the sweetened sort of stuff
no,
that
not the
you
sweet,
buy at the supermarket.
yeah, the supermarket. I mean, yogurt that you make in your kitchen.
I actually remember my mother making yogurt when I was a young girl, and I've made it a few times. I had one of those little yogurt makers that, keeps
Mm,
it at that right temperature so that it can get all those good
mm.
bacteria formed in there. I should probably do that again.
And then sauerkraut and kimchi, all of
Yes.
the foods that are very healthy
Yep.
for our gut and avoiding things that destroy the gut, like antibiotics,
Right.
all those factors, and reducing stress. Because when you're in a stress situation, you need healthy bacteria.
One of the things I've heard too, I know some cheesemakers in town, and they said, don't even buy the ultra pasteurized milk because that's totally dead. She said, you can't even make cheese out of it. So I am always looking to make sure, because all the organic brands now are ultra pasteurized, except for one of the local Vermont organic companies.
So I hope
That
things change that we'll be able to buy whole milk. I think whole milk is just wonderful. It's a good
I
source of
agree.
nutrition. And I
And
think,
pasture raised ideally, but if they're doing the ultra pasteurized, I feel like that just kind of gets
mm,
rid of all the good stuff.
and I think in Vermont, you have an opportunity to buy whole milk, don't
We
you?
do. So is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think I should?
Oh boy. Well, I'd really encourage everybody to download a copy of my best-selling book.
I
It's
certainly
free.
will.
You get a PDF, go to kondrotbook.us. And also, I'm here to help folks. I do have a service. I will do a free review of your eye records. So if somebody's suffering for
Oh,
an eye problem,
okay.
go to freeconsult.us, freeconsult.us. And what I'll do is I'll take a look at your eye record, see what's going on, and I'll recommend some things you can do. And there's no charge for that.
That's awesome.
I have a passion for helping people. And I think many people are going in the wrong direction.
Mm.
Also, I have a great Substack. Are you
Oh,
familiar with
really?
Substack? Yeah. You can
Yeah.
go to Kondrot.com. Every day I give a tip related to the eye,
Oh, cool.
and that's free. But if you do subscribe to the upper level,
Yep.
100% of the proceeds go to our mission work.
Oh,
So you're not
wow.
only helping yourself with your eye, you're helping us on our mission work.
Oh,
A lot of people want to know, like, what is a epiretinal membrane, or what can I do for a cataract? And we try to
mm,
answer all those things. So
interesting. Oh, wow.
I want
Great.
to really educate people.
Yes.
And I'm very happy and honored to be on your podcast because that's what you're doing. You're
Exactly. Well,
truly,
I love
truly
having people like you
you're
sharing your
truly,
wit.
truly helping people.
Thank you.
And the basics
Yeah.
are good, healthy food, diet, and nutrition.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kondrot. This was a great conversation.
Oh, real pleasure. Thank you, Amy.
You've been listening to the Green Living Now podcast, where the elegant rebellion comes to life in real conversations, real homes, and real choices. If this conversation lit something up in you, please hit subscribe and share it with another woman who's ready to stop outsourcing her health, her food, and her home to toxic systems. This is how the movement spreads, one awakened choice at a time. If you're ready to live this work alongside with others, join the Elegant Rebellion Circle, our private community where women gather each month to detox their lives with grace, courage, and clarity. You'll find all the details at greenlivingnow.com/join-circle. Clean food, non-toxic homes, ancient wisdom, and modern tools. This is how we rise, empowered, vibrant, and fully alive. I'll see you next week. And until then, keep noticing and keep choosing differently.